A skateboarder is at the top of a 24-meter ramp, loses control and causes him to descend down the ramp, allowing him to become airborne and land off the ramp. Find the final velocity of point A and point B. So we draw the ramp. We have a skateboard up here, which is 75 kilograms. We have a 24-meter tall ramp, and at point A, it's only 5 meters, and this is point A, and this is point B landing off the ramp. Right now, we have 0 kinetic energy at the top. We're going from potential to kinetic energy. So the mass is 75 kilograms. Gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. Height is 24 meters. The first formula we're going to use is potential energy 1. And that is potential energy 1, which is mass times gravity times height. 75 kilograms times 9.8 meters per second times 24 meters, which is 17,640 joules. And kinetic energy is still at 0 at this point. But you have to remember kinetic energy 1 plus kinetic energy 2 equals kinetic energy 2 plus potential energy 2. So if you add them together, kinetic plus potential, it gives you 17,640 joules constant. You have to remember that. So we're going to go to ball 2. We're going to take the kinetic energy formula, but we're going to solve for velocity. So we're going to take 17,640 joules equals 1/2 times 75 kilograms times velocity. We're going to isolate velocity and get it by itself. We're going to square root it, and it gives us velocity 2 is 21.69 meters per second. So that's ball 2. Then we need to solve for the lowest point, and that is right here. So we're going to go back and we're going to use potential energy again when we're solving for A to find the potential energy of that point, which is 75 kilograms again times 9.8 meters per second. Instead of using 24 meters, we're going to use 5 meters because that is the distance at the ramp at that point, which gives us 3,675 joules. And then we're going to go up to this, and we're going to use kinetic energy to find the joules. So we're going to take 3,675 equal to 17,640 joules. We're going to isolate kinetic energy, and we're going to get 4.8 joules. Then we take the kinetic energy formula, and since we know the velocity the kinetic energy because we solved it up here, we plug in 4.8 joules equals 1/2 times 75 kilograms times velocity 2. We're going to isolate the variable and get it by itself, square root it, and it ends up being velocity 1 is 0.358 meters per second. So we have velocity 1 and velocity 2.